format right now. I noticed in a few broadcasts that there is still animosity. There's going to be for a while. People just don't like change. I may have to turn that light on over there in a bit here. Let's try this. One sec, folks. Is that a little better? Oh yeah, that's way better. You can see my beard. Yeah. So I'm noticing the traffic is about half of what it was before, which is fine. People are slowly, I think, dusting themselves off and getting back in the ring, and they're less angry about what was going on. So, hello, Milton. How are you? Let's invite you up. See how you're doing. All right. So let's see how if we can do this. Am I? I'm not even subscribing to you, so I am now. There you go. You're subscribed, Grandma. Grandma Warrior. How are you, James? How are you this morning? So good to see you. Let's see here. Just give me a second, folks. Okay, I'm following you. Am I following Grandma? Oh, good. Perfect. For some reason, I wasn't following Milton. Connection to Twitter has failed for the following account. Yeah, I'm having problems with the Twitter one. But everything else seems to be connecting, which is fine. And then I just repost the broadcast later. I don't know why it's doing that. Is anybody else having problems with Twitter? Maybe it's a glitch. So, sorry, Milton. Doing my best here. At least I'm not as tired as I was. Milton Banana. There we go. Let's put you here. Quite a few people cannot broadcast now. I've been hearing that. A lot of people were told no. Smoke. A bunch can. Okay, let's see if he's still here. Okay. Let's see. I'm just inviting some people here. Sorry, folks. You probably hear my keyboard. Steven. There he is. All right. But I think there has to be less monkey business on here and less social and more structured content. So now I need to press the little snowman, I call him, or the little man who's purple now with the, is it a plus sign? I think, yeah, something. All right. Oh, Milton's already here. Sorry, Milton. There you go. In 3, 2, 1. Hi, Milton.
Hello, Michael. How you doing, my friend?
I'm very happy to be on Haps. I'm grateful. Did you make the cut? You're good?
I don't know because I don't have a computer, and so I on my phone I can't go live. But Tony told me to try my iPad, but I haven't done that yet. So
Okay. Okay. So, but you can still be invited into a broadcast. Anybody can be invited into a broadcast. I think they're going to be pretty. Go ahead.
I apologize, Michael. But anyway, it really doesn't bother me because I really didn't broadcast a lot. I just mainly came on people's
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for the most part,
you're a wonderful guest.
well,
right? And you need that too. Tony D was that for the first 6 months. He rarely, like, I think he's only done 137 broadcasts on his own. And that's been maybe the last, I bet 100 of those have been the last 2 months.
Yeah.
So and some people, they're just not comfortable running it. It's a very different feel running it. So, and now we have the change of 4, right? We have 4. So I just went on with Randy. And when Randy and I used to go on before, we'd have 1,000 viewers and we had 400 viewers. So the viewership is down. I did a broadcast with Walt. If I usually do one with Walt, we usually have 1,000 followers of the broadcast with 300 maybe. So the numbers are like a third or half, quarter. And a lot of it is people haven't connected the connections yet. But I think long term, this will be an amazing platform. And once we get, and I love music, right? I can't play music right now, and
Yeah.
I can't even put, pictures of Milton up. I can't do anything.
Well, the funny thing is that when you would play music, there was a lot of times I loved listening to music, but then there's other times I wanted to talk to you more, or wanted to hear from you more. And
Yes.
so here's a little window
Yeah.
in where people can get more Michael Bathurst, unfiltered.
Well, and this requires a lot more work.
Yes.
This is way tougher than throwing a record on, getting a coffee. I can put a 9-minute song or a 7-minute song. Sweep the floor quickly. Do whatever I got to do. Do some work. So
Yeah.
when you do it now, you really have to be in the mindset of this is what I'm doing.
Yeah. I don't think I made the cut. And the only reason why is because really the only broadcast that I did, three, I did four broadcasts
Yeah.
before the changeover where it was cooking with Uncle Milton,
Right.
and it was like a quick 10-minute one. But as you know, I've only been on for 2 months, and so I didn't expect a lot.
Yeah. Right now, I'm drinking one of those zero beers. It's
Ah,
got, I think it is. Let me look here. I do drink regular beer too. What does this say? Yeah, non-alcoholic.
okay.
It's actually taste not bad. Most non-alcoholic beer is horrible. The one thing I noticed though with non-alcoholic beer, the calories are half. So if I need the taste of a beer, like that, like, because to me, I enjoy the taste of a beer. Hello, Badges. Do you want to come up for a second? I would love to have you up. She has been so supportive. I know she's super busy, but well, okay,
You,
Badges,
you
just be. Go ahead.
I apologize. Anyway, that's always amazed me when people say that they have to have the taste. Personally, I've never really enjoyed the taste of beer. I just drink it.
Oh, I
I
love
drink.
it. I love the taste of beer. It's like a barley sandwich.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a required taste. I
Yeah.
like Guinness. I like all those beers. I have friends that won't drink light beers. I have friends that just drink to get gone. You know, they don't care. I think you give them moonshine and they go, "Yeah, this is good moonshine."
No, no, I'm not saying I don't dislike beer, but it's just
Yes.
I don't have to have a non-alcoholic beer to have, like you just said.
The drinking though that was going on Haps before, I think, has to stop.
Yeah.
They were basically saying, we were having people passing out and swearing and craziness, and they're really trying, I believe, to make it more professional. What do the people think in the comments? I think we're trying to make this a top-notch platform. Yeah. Now, what Randy and I do is not. What do you call it? We're the kings of mediocre. I thought that was awesome. Uh, have
Well,
you
well,
ever
I
talked to Cran? Cran is wonderful. Here, let's try this.
I also think one of the good things about this particular platform right now is that,
Yes.
back when you had 7 or 8 people, especially that night where Edward and I had the COVID debate, there was like 6 or 7 people up, and people were talking over each other, and it's easy
Yeah.
for it out of control more than when you're talking to a lesser amount of people.
Well, the best is one on one. Let's be real. One on one is always the best, unless the one person's super shy.
I
And
agree.
I have enough skills that I can be on here by myself for an hour, read the comments, and for the average person, that's hard. I've also have
Yeah.
enough of an audience now, thank God. Thank you for the award, that I'm never alone. Where, when I first broadcast years ago, you felt like a complete moron. You're on here going, "Hi, my mother didn't talk to me much as a child, and now I'm on here talking to you. I would love to have a friend. Would you be my friend? Could you be my friend? Please, won't you be my friend?" So
Yeah.
you do feel like a bit of a weirdo when you have to go on here by yourself. It's not for everybody. It's weird. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, the
it's
funny thing is that you have a very radio voice, and of course, 94.5 FM, the best hits of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I think both of you and I have that in
Oh, you
common.
have even a richer, fuller voice. You have like Love on the Rocks kind of voice. Yeah. Badges, are you going to come up? Oh, we got Eric here. I'm curious to
All right.
see if Eric sounds better. Yeah. Are you crackling less, Eric, now without changing anything? Because
Well,
he. Go ahead.
like, I was on a scope tonight with Blazin,
Uh,
um, an atheist scope, and
yeah.
the whole time Blazin was just cracking up the whole time,
Yeah.
and never did that on the old app.
Yeah. And you're cracking just slightly, but you always did. Your picture though is super crystal clear. We need to. Have you ever seen what Joy does? She takes the mount from her car. She puts it on a plate.
I
I'm
saw that.
serious. She puts it on a plate and then puts it on the table. So you could have a bowl or whatever. Um, People get, especially on this app, you get motion sickness. And I'm not
Yeah.
joking.
Well, JB earlier was giving all of us motion
Oh, that
sickness.
was ridiculous. He would not listen. I was
I, I,
laughing so hard. And
well,
I love JB.
I do too. I love JB to death.
What
I
does
think
that
a
mean?
lot of the
Can't stroll comments without getting kicked out of cast. Oh, I know what you mean. Okay.
yeah.
Me neither. Okay. I am losing with the trace of this conversation.
No.
Just tried to follow Milton, and I got a message. I was blocked. Oh well. Sorry if
Who
that was.
uh, who was that?
Please, badges. Please unblock her.
No, I don't know who Badges is.
Well, look her up. She's one of the main contributors on Haps. She's a very kind soul. Do I
So
currently?
that's BADGES.
And you know what? She just reminding me to change my microphone. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. Could you tell? Was the microphone okay with the other? See, the other one isn't that bad. It's okay. This one I
This
think's a little better. Is
this one's
this
better.
one better? Is
Yes.
it?
Yeah. Much better.
Okay. Is it richer? You know. Thank you, badges, for all your support. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm back.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember Badges from the previous, and I do apologize
Yeah.
if that.
You know Joseph,
Yeah.
Desiree, Veda. To me that's a grouping. They're all kind of in the same. I'm probably missing a few in that one too, but yeah. And you find that on Haps or anywhere for that matter. There's always like little groups, packs, your tribe, if you like that.
Hmm.
Who would you say is your tribe, Milton, if you were who you're most comfortable talking to?
I really like talking, of course, to Pina. I like talking to Blazin. I've really enjoyed lately talking to James Namaste. He's been really nice. And JB and you. So, did you hear all that?
I did. JB's good. JB drives me crazy sometimes. He reminds me of a brother. I
Yeah.
think I drive him right around the bend. But some of my favorite people, we drive each other crazy. James, I've had to boot out of my broadcast at the beginning. He wouldn't calm down. So that has happened. I know there's people who wanted to strangle me. And I think if you care enough for them to bother you, then you probably have something. Lenny makes
And,
me laugh.
yeah.
And
And,
Lenny's, in the past hurt my feelings at times because she can be very abrupt. So um, we all have our stuff, right? Is that better there, guys? Let's see. Is this too
and,
bright?
and I know Lenny's down below, but I've also appreciated talking to her too.
Well, she's straight from the hip. And if she gets emotional, she gets crazy. She does, and I'm the same. If I get overamped, I'll say and do things I shouldn't do. And I've gotten better now at just saying the broadcast is over. And Helen knows me really well. And one time Helen goes, Michael's losing it. And I was just about to lose it. And I went, gotta go. Because I was going to say things
Yeah.
I shouldn't say. And if you ever feel like that, get off the broadcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the last 2 days, all I've been here is bashing of
Yeah.
Haps over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And that's not going to solve anything.
Well, the one thing that I've learned in my life, as you know, I used to be a minister, and
Hmm.
uh, I would have um, former pastors or teachers who were kind of aloof, and and when I would approach them, I always felt like they should have been more to me than they were, and that's how I kind of view Haps.
Hmm.
That I mean, we're only a couple days into this. I mean, how in the world can I judge the totality of what this app is going to be based upon just a couple of days? I just don't understand it.
It's going to take 6 months. And I told someone, and we have all these people that are going, this is my final broadcast. And I'm like,
Mhm.
don't do that. Like, even
Yeah.
if you feel that, just say it to yourself, step away for a while. Because, with as many things that are not right with this right now, there are so many things that are good. Lenny, I invited you up if you want to come up for a few minutes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
right tonight, I would love for people just to come on and tell me how they feel about the app. And if you're going to say something negative, also find something positive to say about it. That's all I ask. Don't have it one sided because I'm not interested in hearing someone just bash the crap out of it.
Well,
The final countdown.
the funny thing,
What
I
is
haven't
what
heard.
does that mean, Eric? What does that mean? I invited you, by the way. I think I did.
Yeah.
Did I invite
I,
him?
I haven't heard Lenny say anything negative about the app.
No, she's in the same camp as me, where we're
Yeah.
maybe overly positive. I'm just to me, I feel like I've gone to broadcasting school again, and I didn't have to pay $30,000 to do it.
Hmm.
I was able to play with tools and different settings and do music shows and where it was so, not financially supported in any way. You and I could go to the corner with a guitar and sing on the corner and make more money than we would here. So we're not doing it for money,
Well,
but we're building a brand. And I got a lot of heat before for saying that. And I've always been about the numbers. Unapologetic. I think that's the right way to say it about the numbers because the numbers are important. People are like, yeah, they're not important. Well, if you're building something, it is. Hi, Lynn. E.
Hello.
hey, Lenny.
So, yeah, so we're talking about people's feelings getting hurt.
It wasn't about
We're
that.
talking about haps. We're talking about positivity, and
I know.
thank you for being so supportive on here. And Badges has been super supportive. And
Choke.
did you?
Is it all right if I have 2 minutes?
You can
Because,
have 5.
well, thank you very much. When you're done, let
Okay.
me know. Or,
No, jump in. I'll give you
you
5
know
now.
what? Some of us
It's
are
your
just
floor.
working really hard to try to help
Yeah.
everybody, whether it be to
Alexa,
calm
do a
down,
timer for 5 minutes. Thank you. There.
whether to help them learn the broadcast. And I'll tell you, I just came from Piano Man's broadcast, the first actual real, what I would call show. He was cooking a couple different things, because they're trying to adjust. They're so used to doing their show, and Blaine
Mhm.
couldn't come up at all. But at least they took the time to come on, and Piano Man was cooking, and then he was cooking something else and talking, and that felt like the good old haps. The shows are back, no complaining, nothing. Everybody was happy, and that was
Yes.
great. So I hope that it gets that way. But yes, I'm a little upset because I don't think it was right. I was having a really good time. I've had a
Mhm.
blast with Tony, Carmen, Joy. I love to pieces, and James. What happened with him? And I simply sometimes, okay, everybody's connections, your volume's different. So all I did was type in the chat, Carmen, could you just please turn your volume down a little bit? Because it was super loud and other people agreed. Okay.
Mhm.
Next thing I know, I'm like, I see a little circle in my join the chat. So I thought maybe my internet connection dropped. No, he went and blocked me for simply asking her to turn her volume down. That's not acceptable to anyone. Okay? It was a very polite thing. Even Carmen has apologized to me and said, I will talk to him. But why would he go and do that to anyone when you're simply, we're all learning the platform? Some people's volumes, if mine's too high, please tell me. I'm not going to be offended. It was nothing negative. It was simply to say, because with the way she was coming across, it was literally, even Tony agreed that it was loud. I mean, and that happens with different connections, with different microphones.
Yeah.
So I got booted for simply asking for, and I said it in a nice way.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing I know, I'm like, "What's going on? I can't type in the chat. Is this a glitch?" No, he went and blocked me, and not one person stood up for me. Okay.
So Lenny, you've circled the same wagon.
Okay.
So I'll
Well, I
give you
was
5
able to
minutes if
okay.
5 minutes of different content.
It will
But if you
be.
say the
All I
same
can
thing
say.
over and over again, I won't do it.
No, I get that. I'm just
Okay,
venting.
that makes
Like,
sense, right? Okay.
let's try not to do that to people when they're simply
Yeah.
trying to help. Is
Yeah.
my point.
Yeah.
No, I
But
didn't
I'll
do
give
anything.
anybody 5 minutes if they have 5 minutes of content that they
All
want
right.
to talk about that
Let's
isn't the same.
let's change the subject because hopefully he'll learn
Can you
from
say
that.
something positive about
Yes, I
the
want to
platform?
know
Let's do
that.
that. That would be great.
The quality of the picture here has been. I was just watching, like I said, a stream, and you know how they're always cooking and it's not. This stream was so clear. Like when somebody's cooking on a gas stove with the pilot
Mm-hmm.
light, I could see the blue flame underneath the pan on the stove while Piano Man Wilson was cooking. When he went to add the pepper and everything, you could see the salt grains. You could see the pepper. I mean, it was
Mm-hmm.
that clear. You couldn't see it that close. You knew they were adding pepper and salt. But I was like, oh my gosh, in this everything. That's how clear this picture is.
Well, I
You
want
know,
in the future to be able to see you. Like even if
that
you have
Michael, we can't go through that again. I cannot reveal what I do.
but even if you have a candle or something in front of you.
No, you don't understand. I
No,
have to stay private.
okay.
Hey,
Okay,
um,
I
you,
can't go through everything. Go ahead.
I,
Someday,
I,
whether it be a year from now, who knows? Maybe, but I can't do it now.
Okay. That's cool.
well,
You just told me he could go. So head in. Alexa, stop timer.
Never
Thank you.
know. Anyway, so
Lenny, down below, ER nurse said maybe it happened by mistake. Everyone I've
no, it
blocked, I
wasn't a
did not.
mistake because
But
he looked over
but
and he said something snippy to Tony, and Tony was laughing, and I didn't find that funny because I've been
be-
supporting Tony and the rest of them, and everyone on here I've been supporting.
Lenny, you got to let him talk.
Okay.
Go,
but
go
my
Milton.
point is that I was on a broadcast with Colin a day or two ago, and as you know, I was going to leave the whole platform, and I blocked everyone. It wasn't personal, but I just did because I was leaving. And I actually unblocked Colin, but as of last night, I was still, he was still blocked him.
It was not. Trust me.
Hi, Eric.
And I don't know what causes, but you know what, Michael? Ever since I jokingly was, when we did the end
Russian
of your
flush?
stream. No,
Yes.
no, not the Russian. The my heart will go on with in the swimming pool. We all thought that was absolutely hilarious.
I loved it.
I don't know whether people took it. Trust
Yeah.
me, I don't have a crush, or am I chasing after anyone online?
No.
Just to make that clear. So I don't know what's being said. I don't know who's doing what.
Yeah.
That's their business, but leave me out of it because that is
I
not the
definitely
case.
have a man crush on James Namaste for sure.
I'm very
1000%.
glad to hear
I'm
that. Does your
professing my
wife know?
love right here. All the way.
I
Just
like the
too
guy.
much. I think the unicorn thing it did me in. I couldn't watch it. It was too much for me. I had to end the broadcast. I was,
Clip it and use it as your intro
Eric,
for a while,
why
will you?
don't you, Lenny, Eric, let's say hello to Eric here for a second. Hi, Eric.
Hello,
How are you,
Hi,
buddy?
Eric.
Hey, doing good,
Hi,
Lenny, Milton,
and
Michael.
James.
Do
I
you
Just
hear any
want that.
static?
Just a smidgen.
All right.
Just a
I
little
turned
bit.
the gain down. I turned my headphone volume all the way down because I would hear like a in my headphone. And I was on a
Have you been
broadcast the
hearing
other night.
the Palladian star system high pitch stuff for a while? I have. They usually talk to me too. No, I'm hearing crackling with you, and I'm hearing crackling with Milton a little bit. And Milton cannot stop playing with his camera. He just, I,
My camera.
I'm gonna be you.
I do that because I feel like it's too far away and you can't hear me.
No, we can hear you.
Okay, there you go.
And you're centered perfectly. Just
There you go.
you have two habits, okay?
Hello, my friend. Hello.
Michael, I can see your nose hairs. Would you please get the tweezers and pluck them?
Oh man.
There
I
we
don't
go.
want to see your
Okay.
nose hairs.
All right. There we go. It's all good. It's all top notch here. Mediocre broadcasting. That's what Randy called us today. We are the kings of mediocre broadcasting here on apps. Mediocre. All right.
Milton,
Yes.
you've been doing good so far. I haven't seen you touch your chin, okay? But you
All,
always the
everyone
other thing
together
too
in
that you're
the
always going up.
broadcast.
You're always going up and you're touching your glasses. So
Could be way worse than your chin. I'm very proud of you.
I understand. I'm just saying I'm very good. I haven't seen him do it yet until I said that. But then you always go up.
Well, I
and
want to
say,
see you touch your chin, but that's another word.
I am touching it right now.
Well, Lenny, grace and mercy. Appreciate that.
So if we can, besides all the hilarity, please, Eric, mention some things you like about the apps. Give it the new app. What are they calling it? New apps.
Yeah, I'm calling it the new Haps platform.
Lenny, it's Eric's stance.
I did hear. I think Joseph Burke said today that there was a new update or something. I did notice that now when you click on someone's name, if they say, "Hey Eric," I can click on that comment, and now there's a reply button, which we had on the old platform. So I was like, "Oh, thank you. That's so much more user friendly. I can just click, and I don't have to start at."
Well, wait a second, Eric. Here's the thing. Right now, I mean, that does come up, but when you reply that way by pointing it at their name and the profile thing comes up, that sends that whole code over. So if you go back down to the chat and put at and the name, a screen will come up, like on the other platform, and you'll see the list of names and just highlight the name there and then type the comment, and that code doesn't come over. That's a glitch they need to fix, just so you know.
Yeah, it
I know
didn't
what
throw
you're
the
saying.
code.
Everybody, though.
It didn't throw the code up there when I did it, but I
But
noticed
ER Nurse, it like what Lenny's saying, you can see in ER Nurse's one of her comments that code came up.
Let me see.
If you look at it, it says James Garland, not since Moses came down the mountain has there been such a man. I made the other part up.
Yes,
but after,
But I did
you know what
notice
Milton's saying.
When I would type in the at whatever their name is, used to you could just hit up and go to the one, but now I actually have to take my mouse and click on the name. So it's a little easier to hit the reply. I didn't get a code though when I hit the reply.
Then that's something I don't know how you're not getting, because everyone's getting it.
Lenny, do you know what I miss the most? Honestly, of all the functions, there's one. Not being able to play music, number one. Number two is I can't adjust the volume of the guest in the broadcast.
Right, and I just turned mine down. That, or you can't mute the guest, or you can't mute your. I mean, you can mute yourself. I can go.
I can mute you so easily. I have one button here, and you flush at a rapid rate. In 100th of a second, you're gone. You're muted.
How's my volume?
No, I know that's the Russian flush.
The other thing is too, if I don't like you and I've invited you and I'm second guessing it, I can have 72 guests come up beforehand and go, I really didn't like that comment you made, and I'm just pondering what you said. So when will I get up, Michael? It could be an hour, could be two, but you've had 72 guests since then. I'm deeply troubled by what you did. Thank you. You're in the naughty room. So I do like the naughty room. What do you
How's
think,
my
Will?
sound? Is it
Your
Good.
sound is
too?
so good. It's right
Okay.
up there with the unicorn. No, it does. It sounds
Hi,
good
Grandma.
today. Can you do?
Okay.
Can we do a little test? Can you turn your volume up on your mic just slightly?
Me?
Oh, sorry, Eric. Yes.
Or I've got it kind of far away. I could bring it
Whoa.
closer. How's
Oh
that?
yeah, bring it closer. That's it. See, we want to see the giant microphone. That might be your problem right there. You need to start whispering it like I do. Papa's in the house. Oh yeah.
Barry White's in the house.
Oh my
That's
God,
right.
that
Don't
scared me.
stop touch. Don't touch your chin unless you mean it. Okay.
Sit on those. Sit on. What I tell you? Sit on your hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Eric is in the house.
That's right. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. You're on Habs. Yeah.
That's a clap and a thank you for
So
everyone who's
ER
worked
nurse
so
says I
hard.
can't hit James and name now. James not trying to be bossy. You
You are
are
all
all
man.
man. What the heck?
Do what you will.
Did he go and block her now? Pathetic.
What the hell does that mean? ER nurse, do you want to come up and explain? No, you can't because there's 4 of us. That's the other thing.
Well,
4 is a magic number though. Three is yeah.
Do you think that they'll increase that? Maybe.
No,
No.
because no, they want to keep it light.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the content goes nutty when you get into 6, 8. Remember our screaming karaoke matches that you know, like
Yeah, that's half the fun.
oh my god, they were ridiculously bad, and people kept watching them. That's the thing that used to blow my mind. I was like, let's do it, and then we'll just get rid of it. Oh no, this is Habs Gold for who? Like, do you not have enough pain in your life? You
I'm
don't
gonna
need to
try
see
it.
that
I'm
again.
gonna try it with 3 other. Well, basically, it's the streamer and 3 guests. So I'm gonna try it with 3 people. So
Well,
you
the
better
thing
be
is,
one of them, Michael.
well, ooh, um,
I could have still call you
but
my karaoke hubby.
yeah, that's right. But if we sing together now, right? I think it'll harmonize better now, right? If we did like wise men say,
See,
only
only
fools rush
fools
in,
rushing.
for I
I
can't
Can't
help
help
falling
falling
in
in
love
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 with
with you.
you.
I'll clear out the chat fast. We're off.
Shall I
Would
stay? Would
it
it
be
be a
a
sin?
sin?
For
For
I
I
can't
can't
help
help
falling in
falling in
love with
love
Habs
with
again. All right, enough of that.
you.
It's still bad.
What isn't?
Chandra.
Actually, well,
It was
I don't know
fun
how to
though.
say it.
It's fun. There's something healing about doing that.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
way to relieve stress.
it is. Well,
It's some
one
high
of many
notes.
Thank
ways.
you,
Woo!
ER
Look at Eric.
nurse.
Eric goes, I know a lot of ways to release stress.
Thank you, ER nurse. These are just like blue blocker glasses. Help protect my eyes from the TV screens.
Oh yeah, that does get you after a while.
So
Glare.
what? So of other, you have to admit though, this app has gone on a diet. But what I love about it is you can have a semi-crappy phone or a semi-crappy computer, and you can broadcast.
See, I don't see that. I thought you had to have a minimum of 8 gigs.
For this, no,
Okay.
I don't think so at all. Especially if you do what you do, you're not even bringing up a picture; you're just doing sound.
You can't do that yet. You can't screen share yet. It says coming soon.
Who said that?
On the platform, I
Mhm.
forgot where it is on the platform. It's picture sharing and
Yeah, no, no,
screen
no.
sharing.
I mean,
Let me
you
see.
right now. All I see is the rose pulsing.
That's right.
Yeah, you're not using bandwidth to show us your face, so you wouldn't need. If you're okay with not showing your face, this platform is
You don't
fine.
understand. I cannot do it for reasons I've explained 100 times.
Well, no, it's not just you. It's
For
JB. It's a bunch of
safety reasons at the
yeah,
moment,
yeah,
and because I have signed an agreement
yeah.
not to go live
Well, for me, one of the
for
agreements I signed if
safety
I went back to
reasons
HAPS
because
is I couldn't touch my
okay.
chin on air. They told me.
Well, I guess you don't understand that some people just can't do that yet.
There are a lot of people that do. You know what though? I won't follow except for you. I rarely follow people that I can't see their face. So when I looked at the subscribe thing, first thing in my mind goes, and
Okay.
I understand your circumstances. I totally get it.
Mm-hmm.
With you, it's an exception. But if I don't see your face, I don't follow you.
Well,
I just
that's
that's one
up
of
to
my
you.
rules. And the other one I do too is if you don't take the time to have a background
Thanks, John.
on your Twitter, I won't follow you.
I
I
do
don't care
have
who
one.
you are.
Okay, now
You,
this is cool. I want everybody to check this out, not to interrupt, right?
never.
I've never seen Chandra's name before. So here I'm thinking because it doesn't show like, like it did in the other
Yes.
platform. Chandra is actually coming to us from Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you point your to look, I was going to read her profile and subscribe to
Mm-hmm.
her. So it comes up as her name.
Mm-hmm.
And to the right of that in purple, it says from Facebook. I had somebody that I didn't recognize and I looked at it. They were from
Mm-hmm.
Twitch. It says it in purple there. So
Yeah.
then when she just said this comment, I like how the rose pulses when you speak, though. Thank you very much.
Mm.
You only have two options to reply or mark as spam. So this is how you're going to be unless they figure something else out. I figured she was a total HAPS, member. And this is how you will find out now. She's from Facebook, which is great.
Yeah, she does have a
So
HAPS account too, but she's just viewing from Facebook tonight.
No,
In
that's
the
fine.
old
I'm
app,
just
it used to tell you
so
without having to
Lenny,
click on it.
Lenny, or
They were
anyone
on
who's willing
Facebook.
to go
no,
down
honey,
just
that's
for
fine.
like for 5 minutes. I want James to come on as well to defend
Okay.
himself on why he did what he did. If he's willing to come up,
I'll go down.
will you go
No,
down? Okay, cool.
you're fine, Chandra. You don't have to switch over. You're fine. You're fine.
Pulsating.
Thank you for commenting on her pulsating rose. It is quite lovely.
Well, we all have our fetishes, right?
I like roses, and red is like the romantic. So pink is one
Right.
of my favorite
Well, and there's
colors. So I
songs
just
written about it,
roses.
right? Roses are red, my love.
Violets
Violets
are
are
blue.
blue. You've got smelly feet,
No, I don't.
and Randy does too.
I do
It's all
not
good.
have smelly feet.
Okay, well, we don't know. We can't
I
even see
do
your
know
feet. We
because you
don't
know
know.
how I know?
Mm.
Because of my ballet training, I can literally take my foot.
You know what I thought? She said my
What?
belly training. I've got that too. I've got some belly training going on here. I got to train it to flex itself here.
Well, okay, wait.
Invite.
Maybe in my younger day, I'm trying this right now.
Oh, here
I
we go.
can't quite do it.
Here we go. Back in the younger day.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Lenny, you know what? In my younger day,
Hmm?
this business was a lot smaller. It was a tinier shop. So I think that's what they did to Haps. They took Mike Bathurst, that's 220. He woke up one morning and he was 140 pounds. You know what I mean? It's just they cut it all out.
No, I'm
All
saying
the excess is gone.
the flexibility I
Ooh.
still have, but not as much as I did when I was, dancing it through my
So
teen years into my 20s. My cousin
absolutely.
could take, like, how some people are just so flexible. She could take both her legs, put them behind her neck, and stand on her
Yeah.
head. And she used to walk around like
I'm
that.
pretty
Going,
sure I
"Wow,
dated
she
her
did
in
this?"
the mid 80s. Yeah.
It used to freak us out. Like, how is
Yeah.
she standing on her head with
So,
her and
James,
putting her?
namaste.
Oh,
I would love for you to come up, and we'll give you 5 minutes to do a rebuttal, and that would I think that's only fair if you want to come up.
I think he
And
said
then
he's
Lenny,
but it
I'm
was
I'm gonna I'm gonna bring you
okay.
down for a second. Then Eric and I are gonna have a little
Well, I'm just
spiritual
saying. Hold
chat
on one
about a few
second. Now,
things.
why did he just say that? I don't need to defend myself. My point, James, that I was upset is that mine was a polite comment to Carmen, who I adore, because, ma'am,
Eric, Eric,
you were
don't leave because I do
broadcasting,
want to have a
and
spiritual
let
chat
me
with you.
just finish it, please.
I will. Don't you worry. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes. Okay,
Okay.
go.
Just want to, I know I'm saying it nicely. It's like all I did was just say, Carmen, could you please turn your volume down? Because it was so loud to other people that it literally was like enough to, if we turned the volume down on our computers, then we couldn't hear the other broadcasters. And then you go and you block me over that. That was really not nice, James. I would never do that to you or anyone else. What else did I do that bothered you? Nothing. I
So, Lenny, I'm gonna
Yeah,
bring you down for
I
a bit.
was.
Don't leave. I'll bring you back up in a minute. I just need to talk to Eric for a minute.
All right,
Okay?
fine.
Ah, let's all breathe. Yes. Wow. There is undercurrent of rage. Yeah. There's a little and it's not just them. There's a lot going on in this app. So we need to put the positive, like today, almost every broadcast I had to go in, I had to be a peacekeeper. There were people saying, I'm going to leave. I've had enough. I've worked too hard on this. And I'm like,
Mhm.
guys, it's day 2. It's day 2. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
suggest ever going on Survivor. You might not make it. What do you suggest for all the stress that's in November, buddy?
Take up some practices. I mean, that's the thing that we're given in life. Change.
Can
It's
you put your
always
microphone closer to you? Is that
yeah,
okay? Thank you, buddy.
change. That's the thing that
Perfect. Right there.
we're given. It's always coming. Change. So, the one thing that stress really does cause is us to really shrink, especially our breathing. So, take a deep breath, do some mantras, take some time to do a breathing exercise, meditate, however you might do it. Chandra says, feel the scorpion energy for sure. Yeah, so it's very deep, passionate time. So even the people who are feeling put out and feeling like they've got to change their whole thing, I get it. I get it. I like landscape. Me and Michael are kind of in a landscape right now. But I
Yeah.
was watching C.S. Murphy today, and you know, myself, I don't have the uh, the tools at my disposal that he does, but he was operating. Bobby Bicker got on there. They were changing things up. They were augmenting their screens, and so
Yeah.
that it all fits
OBS. Yeah.
into the portrait mode.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not saying that it's not upsetting to me that landscape's gone because I like it. I think more is better. Options are always better. But hey, give it time. They may, for whatever reasons they had to make the decisions they made them. And in the future, they may say, hey, what? Let's introduce the landscape back into the picture. Because I don't know. I kind of felt like the studio before was very optional, for studios that I've been in if you don't have OBS, you know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
but
It
yeah,
is, but they're going lighter, bud. That's the
yeah,
thing. And they want to make it an equal playing field for
I like
everybody.
that. I do like that.
So here's the thing. If you have crappy equipment, you can come on, build your brand. Now you have to have at least 10,000 people, or you have to know someone that I call it piggybacking. So when I was first in social media 10 years ago, I surrounded myself with people who were influencers and was able to go from, I know, 50 people on Twitter And within 5 years, I had, I think, 30,000 followers.
Yeah, you're up to like 40 now or something.
Yeah. But the truth is, numbers don't equate to great content, but they do equate to audience. And audience buys coins, and audience, guess what? Will help finance this platform. Now, if you and I were both beautiful, gorgeous young women, um, our follower count would be rapidly growing every day. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
And our donations would be flowing freely. So that criteria of 10,000 is not much. If you're on multiple platforms, then you're rocking. Instagram, we've got Brian and Deb on. DDK, I love him. But you're a rare dude, buddy. You're a rare dude. And you have beautiful energy, no matter what people have said in the past or the future. I'm a bit of a nasty curmudgeon at times, which you know. You've had both sides of me. But I genuinely get that you're not out to hurt anybody.
Right.
And I am an extremist. Like, if you piss me off and I get nutty, I have to leave.
Right.
And I'm suggesting to people, if you start to feel your blood boiling and you want to say a bunch of, like, if I didn't have a filter, I would not be on social media, not for very long.
Yeah.
And a young Michael would have been insane. Oh my God. I would have
Thank
been
you,
trying to rip you.
Chandra.
So, and we have that on here. We had these atheist Christian debates where people just showed them no mercy, no respect, weren't listening. And, even Milton at times was a bit harsh on you. Let's be real. So I think we need to stop that. We need to look at, is this good content? Do you agree with that, or am I way off?
Oh no, I do I totally agree, and I feel like last night you brought that up when Mark was in the broadcast. You know that
Mm-hmm.
they're kind of trimming the hedges to try to make sure that people that are, like you said, they're promoting their brand. They're trying to get out a message, and I think what you're saying there is very, very, very powerful. You know, if you feel you're gonna say something, because it's really only going to hurt you. I mean, you know, the energy that we put out, it's coming back. So, you know, it's good that you can see that and you can go, okay, I need to step away for a minute, you know?
But and if you're on here and you're passing out because you're inebriated, and you've got the and this happened on Periscope all the time. People fell asleep,
Oh, wow.
and you saw them fall asleep. That is not broadcasting. Like, if you don't have some form of a goal, like tonight was just solely to talk about the HAP. I don't know if you notice. And what I mean is, HAPs, the app, right? HAP.
Right.
I've invited you, Rev, if you want to come up for a sec. Yeah. I'm not sure what that means. Sub MB. What does that mean? What does that mean, Rev? I have no idea. But if you want to come up and talk for a sec, that'd be cool, and promote yourself. But many people are sad today because
He's
they
just saying,
don't.
sup, Michael Bathurst.
Meaning what?
I don't know.
I don't know
It
either.
did have a question mark after it. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. He's here. He can explain himself.
Okay,
All
awesome.
right. It's just good. But I love that there's. I would rather have quality than quantity any day. Hey, buddy, you're
Hey,
quality
man.
for sure.
Oh, it was just, what's up? How's it going? I've seen you on
good.
here a lot and really been stoked that you have been doing the Jerry Lewis telethon lately and,
Yes.
talking to people about all the changes and encouraging people and all this stuff. I've been watching a lot kind of in the background because I've been busy, but great to see you, man. Hey, Eric.
I've always been a fan of you. You know that.
Good to
And
see
I've
you,
said
Revolution.
that for, way beyond HAPS. I've always thought that you were a character. And I love unique flavors. And this is what this needs is I've never seen you pass out or doing a bong on your broadcast. But if you have investors, and hear me out, if you have investors and they want to invest millions of dollars into your let's call this a startup, you can't have people on there not showing themselves respect.
It's interesting because I do like on a Friday night, and my guest knows it, right? I mean, we agree because Friday night's a looser night. I mean, I'll smoke some weed. I have weed for medical marijuana purposes, and you know what I mean. But like, I'm definitely not firing up bong hits. But I've also looked at internet IP advertising for in Illinois, like with my podcast, where if you're in Illinois, one of my advertisers could be, one of the weed companies, but I definitely would not come on your show and like take a drag off of my vape unless I asked you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's not me. I'm not rude like that.
I just realized something out of just pure luck. I can drag my photo up to the top. Did you know you can do that and switch
Yes,
it?
I just discovered that.
I didn't know that. That's awesome. So we can see the radiant beauty of Eric right now, or
Yes, what a
the
handsome
manly
man.
interpretations here with his camera in front of him. So how many different streams are you on currently? Oh, and the other thing is, what is your influence numbers, by the way? Like, they have this influence thing. I was curious what yours was.
Okay,
How
well,
they have the collective influence number, because everybody's stressed out right now. You've got to have 10,000 followers
10,000
or be one of the original OGs.
OG. Yeah.
You should not use the whitelist, sorry people, as a name.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And you should
right.
not use blacklist.
Oh, agreed, 100%.
You see where I'm going?
I called it
so.
Yeah.
Like,
well, wait.
To me, you're one of the original OGs. I'm
Thank
okay
you.
with
I
that.
mean, pretty darn close, right? I mean,
yeah, original gangster like me. We've been around for a while.
What month did you start?
I've been on now 333 days, which is a power number. Hi, Joseph.
I'm very close. Maybe 300 something. Because I lost my streak a while back. Right now, I'm actually broadcasting on my channel, and I've also got a secondary old account that I had. It's like @politics @hap. So if you're on my channel, you can see me in two different versions. You can see me on the phone there. Now I have 25,000 followers between Facebook and Twitter. 21,000 on Twitter and about 5,000 on Facebook.
You only need 10. And yes. the other thing is too, let's say that I had 5,500 and you had 4,000, 50. Can we do math on the fly? I think we can. We would make the criteria. But if you only had 4,000 and I only had 4,000, I'd go, can we call someone who's got 2,000 followers?
Exactly. Now, the question, Michael, is if the person that starts the stream, though, if you and I both have 3,000 and Eric has 4,000 or whatever, and I start the stream, if I invite you to and you accept, I would think at that point, if I add you and we're not live, we go, right? I mean, so really, because I was talking about this,
I don't think they're going to be able to monitor this.
Yeah, well, no, but I'm just saying, even in terms of activating it, right? You've got to be able to.
Love that word, by the way. I get excited when you say that word. Honestly, I get a little excited. I got to admit, it's a beautiful thing. There you go.
But I would. Is that how it works? So let's say I have.
I don't know how it works. That's the truth. That's why we're on here right now. Yeah, I like that. Mike's telethon with the band of very, very unhappy guests.
Look,
tell me what's working with it and tell me what's not working with it, because I respect your opinion. So,
well, okay. So let me break it down in terms of the technical stuff, and I want to say I don't. I've been around a long time, right? And I am 100% transparent. Mark Goldman and I are friends. You know what I mean? We're friends, and but this is business. You know what I mean? So I delineated that myself,
that was my bong. Go ahead. Sorry.
For myself months ago when Mark and I clearly became friends, right? And
Yes.
I knew at some point in my relationship with Mark that there would probably be decisions that they would make from a business standpoint that I'd be like, business is business, right? I'm not happy about all of this, but I'm not going anywhere. And I think that I believe in David, Drew, and Mark. I know David a bit.
Yeah.
David has connected me with some folks that I'm starting to produce some stuff with. And, you know, like I said, Mark and I, you know, we know each other.
Joseph,
when I was in California,
I invited you up if you want to come up.
When I was in California, I hung out with Mark at the little beach house in Malibu and had lunch and had a nice time. But Haps has changed. It's not what it was before. This is the third iteration of Haps. From a technical standpoint, in my opinion, and I have no inside information as why I was giving all that transparency, there are people that are much tighter with the group at Haps, right? You might be a part of that group. I don't know, that, you know, have been kind of working on this, you know, transformation or whatever, but I haven't been around a lot. But I believe in David. I believe in Mark and Drew because he's a part of their team. But like I said, I don't know Drew very well. And I believe that their best intention is, of course, to get money to their investors. That's, you know, that's their job. They got $4.5 million. Those investors want to see a return on that money. But I also believe that they do have the fundamental best interest of their members or whatever we are at heart. I really do. But at the end of the day, business is business. And you've got to be able to kind of accept that. And
you got to pay the bills.
Yeah. And look,
you got to pay the bills. That's the bottom line. Warm, dry,
and
fed.
This is not the platform that is going to fill all of my needs in terms of what I'm trying to do. But that's okay, because that was already transitioning anyway. Now that it's changed, and I like this.
Listen, for 1 second, I got to read this comment. This is bizarre. You ready? You ready for this? I invited him up, and this is his response, Joseph. I'm good. I'm still activating my colon. It could get pretty dicey on my end.
Hey, you know, let it go. Let it go. Let it
Free
go.
your mind. You know what? Free your mind and your ass will follow. There you go.
Just
all right.
Ease those bowels. Man, you know, I mean, I'm just, you know, for better or worse, just give these guys a break, give them a chance. I know it wasn't a perfect rebranding or relaunching. I think, in my opinion, we're still in some kind of beta test, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
totally agree.
This is my first time on somebody else's show. It's my first time having two people on the screen on my show, because I used two different accounts. Yeah. And I'm okay with this already. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fine. Like, I can have my musical guests. I can put them in the top box. Man, they can be center focus, right? So,
yeah.
You know, you make it work.
We are going to get more features, though. And I said this the other day. I think it's like dating. You know, when you first date, you hold hands, you go to dinner, you might get a peck on the cheek. Third date, you might get a few more features. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that this experience is like that. But I hope to keep it lean and light, because then the average person can use their phone, use their crappy computer, and build a brand. The thing is, it shouldn't be that difficult to get a few individuals together and find 10,000 followers amongst you.
Oh yeah, what is it? East Valley Paranormal. What is her name? Hizzy. So she's still in my room, I think, right now. And I said, look, Hizzy, on a Saturday night, I don't broadcast much. So if you want to go on at 8 Mountain Time, I'll open up the room. You know what I mean? You guys do what you want to do. I'll sit in the background, whatever I have to do, and have fun, and then build a following. I'll do that for people if they want me to. I've got 25,000, you know, people. So if I've got the time and it doesn't conflict with one of my programs, hit me up on Instagram. do it. No big deal. I'll open it up for you. I'll even take myself off screen and let you do your thing.
Yes.
It'll be in your room, I guess, right? Because I'll, so, I mean, we just need to work
I'm
together.
going to
I'm
use a
sorry, Eric
term
hasn't
that
been able to
I've
talk.
used for years. Is some people now, let's say if you only have 40 followers total, you're going to have to piggyback off of someone else. Period.
With
and build it.
9,960, I believe, other people.
Yes, well done.
Why are you no longer favored, Badges? And I didn't know I'm a realm. I kind of like that. I think Michael likes that too. The realm of revolution.
I just love that you're activated. That was the highlight for me.
Activated?
I love that. You're activated. You're full
I am
throttle
activated, my
boogie.
friend.
I love that. You are. Yes. I'm activated and full throttle boogie all night long here with Rev. Yeah. You can use that if you want.
Listen, Badges. Badges used to be the preeminent co-host, and now she hosts herself. Badges, I love you, Badges. I think you're really good at what you do, and I know we all have egos. I do, and I know all kinds of things happen within these kind of groups. But hey, I'm here for everybody. I'm here for I'm here for the group. I'm here for the collective.
You know what happened to me? I went to Walmart one day and I was buying some vegan sausage, and I misplaced my ego there. I haven't been able to find it since.
Oh,
yeah,
my God!
It's just
I
even
got one
though they
big enough
call
for
me a
both of us,
pompous
brother.
ass on here every day,
I got one.
It's.
I got one big enough for both of us. It is
you and
it
I.
is
You
so
and
big.
I think have been beaten around a bit.
Yeah, us?
You know what?
Oh,
yeah.
I don't have any.
Not simultaneously or in the same room, but
right. But I've been married twice. I literally have no feelings left. They were beaten out of me. By two wonderful women. Don't get me wrong, but they still beat the feelings.
I do want to address something. There is a segue here instead of being strange. If you're going to broadcast, have a format. If you're going to broadcast, have a backbone. Can you talk about having a backbone?
Me.
You.
Who? I think
because people are going to say mean things.
What's that?
People are going to say mean things. People are going to talk behind your back.
Oh my God! You can't.
People are going to shit on your product.
Me. You can't bully me. You can't hurt me. Say whatever you want about me. I am freaking amazing. I'm good at what I do. I love doing it, and I love people.
Yeah, you do love people. I do get that.
I do.
I genuinely get you love
and
people.
I was called. Look here. Hold on. Wait. Yes, I have pants on. Just kidding.
Good.
All right.
Good. Thank you.
I was called Jabba the Hutt the other day. Well, I mean, what the fuck? He's kind of famous. Oh, sorry, swearing. What the heck? He's kind of famous. Call me what you want. You really can't hurt my feelings. You know what I mean? That's not going to happen. And I put a little video out a few hours before the little get together. And I think I said it pretty straight. You can look at my Instagram, you can look at my Twitter. And I think I paraphrased myself. I basically said, I'm excited. Is this what it used to be? No. Do things change? Yes. It's called business. If you're confused, it's what it is. Business is business. And I think that this has been, this app has changed my life. I have
in what way?
New businesses that I'm so we're working on a reality show that is based on filmmaking and screenwriting that we are going to pitch to Netflix, Amazon Prime, CBS All Access, and some of these places. It probably won't fly. Most of these deals don't, but maybe we'll put it on here. You know what I mean? I've got another development deal that we're working on in producing another film with somebody else, with one of my creative partners. All of that stuff has just happened in the last year because of HAPS, because of the connections I've made. And in fact, the thing that we're trying to work on with the reality show is directly, I can chart that one through HAPS to David Newman And David Newman was at a screening of a film by a guy named Jim Jones. Tragically, Jim Jones, what a name! And Jim came on my show, and it was great. We had a great time. Jim and I became friends, and Jim connected me to the director of his current No Trophies film, and that's Dania Denise, and we're working on projects together. So literally, Haps has been putting money in my pocket and potential money in my pocket, having nothing to do with awards or anything else, because it's about networking and connections and behind the scenes. And, you know, that's where it's at.
It's 111, Eric, right now. We're in the power.
Yes.
So Joseph is saying, I pitched a deal with Netflix, but sadly, here, I'm going to scroll back down.
I'm scrolling back.
Yeah, but sadly, they didn't have an interest in midget horseback riding.
Oh, FX does, though. I've seen that show.
I think it's got potential. Don't give up. But there's many famous people who have pitched 200, 300 ideas, but had one or two work. That's all you need.
Oh, so heck yes.
Keep swinging in the ring and believe in yourself. And I've always loved your product. And I've said that from the beginning. I've always considered myself to be an odd duck. I think you're an odd duck, but you're a likable odd duck. And, you know, why be ordinary when you can be extraordinary? And not everyone's going to like you.
Yeah, well, look, oh my gosh, so many people in this chat right now have committed so much of their life over the last year to this
good point
venture that I understand that it can hurt if it doesn't, you know, feel the way you thought it was going to feel. But I said it. I've been out of the inner circle for months, and not one thing here, not one feature, not one, well, the only thing that did catch me by surprise, I will say, is the 10,000 thing. But all of this was expected. You could see it coming if you paid attention.
Why did that? Okay, just back up a bit. Why did that shock you? Because I saw that coming.
Yeah. See, well, you've been around more, and I want to know about you seeing it coming. It didn't. It makes total sense from a standpoint of bandwidth. It makes total sense from this is still a closed loop, and they want to have control, and it's their baby. I can give you 5 other reasons why it makes sense to have that limit. I can also give you 5 reasons why it can be hurtful to people. It can feel negative, but you've already come up with a solution. And I've come up with a solution. Eric, I don't know how many. You're OG, man, right? You're in, right? You can broadcast.
Yeah, but I've given the grandfather clause. I've only got like 1.8 followers.
Right. Okay. So you're grandfathered in, but what can you have? A maximum of 4 people on here on the screen at any one time?
That's
Michael,
it.
Do we know?
Okay. That's it. Yeah.
So if you're grandfathered in, woohoo, yay! If you've got a bunch of followers and you can help other people get on, help them get on. Hold on a second. Let's see what Joseph says. You guys realize that the founders cut the Haps community update shows, right? No more creator spotlight, no more Q&A, no more Haps takeover. Yes, I guess I kind of knew that.
They trimmed the fat on everything. They did. They trimmed the fat on everything. I've been using the analogy of like I weigh 220 pounds. If I woke up tomorrow and I was 140, that's what they did to Haps. Am I,
Well, look, they didn't get $45 million. They got 4.5. I can tell you right now that in terms of the amount of resources, they probably had to hire people outside of Haps to work on all this back-end programming. And this is a ground up new thing. Yeah. Not, they built this from the ground up, I think.
It's a startup.
What I've heard.
It's a startup. Yeah. Don't forget that
it's the third iteration of a startup.
And it's beta. And the other thing is too, and people, if you're feeling hurt, just dust yourself off, work hard, and you'll get the followers. It's not that difficult. The other thing is, if some fat old guy like me can end up with 47,000 followers, anybody can do it. It's not like
you got something special though, Michael. I mean, people.
My God, I'm beautiful. Thank you.
I know
Thank you
you
so
and I
much.
together. Whew,
Listen,
and with
you could
Eric,
drive
oh my
you
God,
could
I can
drive a
barely look
car
at
up
the
my
screen.
nostril. That's how sexy I am. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I'm loving your tree back there, by the way.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
that's
digging
it's
your
not
tree,
really
man.
there.
I was
It's a
going to
green
ask you
screen.
if that was like a green screen.
It is. This is from Unsplash, and I modified it a little. But the paper plate that's bouncing my light, that's real.
Here's the thing. We are all of us, and please listen to this. If you've listened to anything I've said, we are in a basement opportunity here. This is, you guys are basically building something here. And if this flies, even 5 years, you can say, I was there at the beginning. We lost
Can you
Rev.
imagine 5 years from now if you've dedicated yourself to this? Just how much fun, how many different opportunities you're going to have. Look, it's different. I was talking to a longtime broadcaster today, and we were on the phone for a couple of hours talking about all this stuff, and they're not happy, and they're primarily not happy because they feel like the 10,000 thing is discriminatory and all this stuff. And I mean, I get their feelings 100%, and like I said, I don't like it either. But
start your own platform up then.
Well,
seriously,
right,
there's rules on everything. Listen, I've been on this. This actually pisses me off, and I don't get pissed off a lot. YouTube. I spent 10 effing years to get enough followers to go live. It took me 10 years. So go cry somewhere else. Here's the thing. Since I've been on Haps, I went from having 2,000 followers on YouTube, did very little on there except occasionally cast a few things that were ridiculous. Randy Horton today, him and I did a show. He says, Michael, you and I, we are the kings of mediocre. And I went, you're right.
Amen, brother.
Yeah,
I mean,
we got the mediocre slot going.
It is hard to grow on YouTube. Hey, look, I want to do something. I saw somebody use the word meta. By the way, Facebook is not rebranding. Facebook will never be called Meta. Meta is the parent corporation of Facebook.
Yes.
Your Facebook is never going to change and say the words Meta. Even though Mark Zuckerberg is a kooky, wacky robot, he's not that stupid. And Facebook is never going to be Meta. It's just the parent corporation. If that's bothering any of you guys.
But Rev, isn't it really Bookface? Because that's what all the old people call it. Are you on Bookface? Are you on Bookface, sir? Yeah, I'm on Bookface.
I'm only on Facebook because I feel like I'm held hostage because I have to be for my businesses. Oh, and that's what I wanted to say too. Look, when I was talking to my friend, the creator on here, a longtime creator, they're not. This is not their. They have a total other career. This is something they do because they love it, and it serves a very specific purpose, and that is a very valuable purpose to the community. But this is my thing. This is what I do. I have to make the adjustments because this is how I'm, making my living. So I'm making decisions differently than they are because these are business decisions. They're very upset about the 10,000 thing and are probably won't broadcast again, unfortunately, because of it. And I'm not happy about it either, but I've made the decision that this still makes business sense for me to be here. And so that's what I'm going to do.
You know what Nazim said? If I drop Facebook, my mom will kill me.
I was huge on MySpace.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was huge.
I wish I could find my old MySpace account.
Oh, I still have it. It's abandoned though. Nothing works. It's just floating in space. It's like space junk. Did you know that MySpace offered Facebook $750,000 for the platform many years ago?
MySpace
Not million, thousand.
Oh, they were selling themselves to Facebook, you mean?
No, they went to them and said, "Look, we're the giants. We want to buy you for $750,000
for less than $1 million."
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So what I'm basically saying is everybody here is Facebook in the infancy. And you have the ability to overtake MySpace.
You're on the ground floor.
And stop whining. Dust yourself off. You can do it. If two old farts like us can do it, you can do it. If Randy can do it, you can do it.
Oh God, yes. I mean, he's so handsome, but otherwise. Well,
let's not go there. I was
Look,
just on his
look.
broadcast.
Pretty people like me, I get it. It's hard, to compete with me. But yes, dude, like if I can look, I didn't come to Periscope with any followers. I have 21,000 Twitter followers, but I literally, when I was on Periscope, like my mother didn't even watch me. And I brought nobody. So every view I got on here, you know where I got it from? From all of you who collaborated, who came on the show, who
Hard
watched.
work,
All my
buddy.
stuff was
No,
original
I
views.
totally disagree. You showed up, you worked hard, you failed, you showed up, you worked hard. Joe Rogan, I don't know if people know this. The first 5 years he was on, the only people that watched him were his friends that were comedians. He used to get 200 people on his show. That's it.
Yeah.
That guy makes over 100 million a year now.
Right. And he's
higher than a kite all the time, but we won't go there either. But.
And he's oh man, I could make so many Joe Rogan jokes, and I can't.
I love him though. I love him. He is a little out there, but I
look,
can't
he's out
throw
there because it sells sausages, man. I mean,
no,
he's
I think he's out there. I totally disagree.
Well, of course.
I think he's out there. Period. I don't think he doesn't need the money now. I think that's who he is. He doesn't need to talk about the benefits of mushrooms.
I'll do this. I'm doing this for basically free, and I'll do it for 100 million. Either way, it works for me.
But I can see you having your own series someday. I've always thought that.
Well, that's the goal, my friend. We're working at it. The film festival show that we did, which is such a blast. It's got a couple of issues because film festivals don't want when you come to their film fest, they don't want your film available on another platform during that time. So I'm working out those kinks, and I'm working out a couple of copyright kinks. But we're going to bring that show back to HAPS, and we're going to play around with it a little bit, and then we're taking it right again to the folks and trying to get it on some other platforms, or ideally my production company, which is Red Mac Live Productions. I guess we're technically an LLC now. Is gonna try to sell that to some places and keep it on HAPS. I want to control everything and own everything. But the first idea, here's the thing, folks, with ideas, especially in entertainment, your first idea needs to be good enough to get your second idea bought, because your first idea isn't going to get you anything. You're not going to get a great deal, but you need to have two really good ideas.
Yeah.
Preferably, your best idea is your second idea.
You need to read some of these comments. They are just showing you love here. I think it might be good for your emotional tank here. Your shows are great, Rev. And they are like you've got the goods. I've always thought that. I from the first time I saw you, I was like, okay, this guy's got something. And you do. And I've had people go, I think you and I have been called everything under the sun.
Yes.
I was on a broadcast.
Let me check my DMs.
Yesterday. Yesterday, this is I was on Randy's show. I was the only person. No, that's not true. Walt was in there too. And we both put, because when you're on StreamYard, you can put your name in. And I put Michael Loves Haps TV. And then I think also Walt did. And the rest of them, it just became this spooing fest. Like literally and they were spooing shit. That's all they were doing, right? So so I had someone in the comments say, "Don't trust Michael. He is the devil.
He's a hapster.
He will run you over with his Haps bus and drag you around the block."
I heard this story. I'll get right on. You know what? I used to drive a bus when I was in college. I drove a school bus. I was called. Wait a minute. This is crap. It'll come back to me. But look, if you can come up with more creative names to call me, I'm all for it, because bad publicity is fine with me. So call me whatever you want. I'm here for it.
I had a friend, you know what he used to say? He used to say this to women. He goes, "I don't care if you love me or you hate me. I just need you thinking about me."
Okay. Yeah, it could be slightly creepy, but I get it. Look, if
Just
you're
a
a
wee bit.
55-year-old white man, you just are creepy. That's just the way of the world
Yeah.
these days.
I'm
Deal with it.
58, going on 59. I'll be 59
Ooh.
April 24th.
Ooh, I did one of those TikTok or Instagram filter things to see how old you were. Damn thing said I was 29. I saved that one. I'm like,
I
ooh,
bet you did.
I saved
Because,
it for sure.
hey, technology's correct until it tells you you're 90, 90, 99, 99.
Well, you know how you know, Michael, that you're
Yeah.
old?
What?
When only old people think you're young.
Yes. Yes. But
An
I'm
80-year-old
proud
woman.
of us. I'm really proud of us, and I'm proud of Walt, and I'll tell you why I'm proud of us. It takes a lot of guts at our age to come on here on a young platform and try to be relevant. And you and I and Walt and a few other contributors have been successful, and including Randy. And I know he's better looking than us, and you brought that up earlier. But tenacity will win the game, and showing up. And if you show up every day, and that's the key. Yeah, and you will get. Listen, if you're worried about 10,000 followers, you shouldn't be on this platform. Period.
If you're grandfathered in, the 10,000 followers
You're lucky.
suck, but enjoy this. Be glad that you're grandfathered in.
But build
Somebody
it.
just gave us some
Yeah,
hearts.
thank you. Yeah. But believe in yourself. That's what I'm just saying is like if you can have a schmuck like me who can end up with I think it's 47,000 or something, some goofy number. It doesn't mean anything. The content means something.
Oh, for sure. People ask me all the time, in my infinite wisdom. And this is fun, Michael, by the way. I'm enjoying this. I
Good.
love
I'm glad
not
you
being
are.
the host, by the way. But they're like, dude, you went from nothing to slightly less than nothing. I want to do that too. What do I do? Be yourself. If people like you, then you're rocking and rolling. If you need to change a little your personality, okay, fine. You tried it out, but don't try to be somebody else. It won't work. People will know that you're not genuine, and you won't get any kind of following. Be yourself, and I guarantee you I don't know how many billion people are on the planet. You'll find a following. Will it be 50,000 people or 1 million people and make you a big living? I don't know. If that's what you want to do, we'll talk. I'm happy to help with some other things like that. But if you're just here to have some fun, man, have some fun. I'm already digging the format, right? I mean, this whole 2x3 thing on the mobile phone.
But look how stable it is. Look at how stable it is. And this is going to be on YouTube, and we'll be side by side there. It'll be, I guarantee you, we'll have landscape there. So we'll be side by side. And you won't be dominating me as you are now.
The voice,
you're above me.
I will. Let's talk about that interview. So the landscape thing. When I knew that landscape was going to be an issue, when this stuff started smelling like it was coming 6 months ago.
Hi, Lenny. Hi, Walt.
I was devastated. I'm like, I'm a landscape guy, but
you sound like Colin.
That's
what Colin was pissed.
Yeah, but look at me right now. It's a pretty wide shot up here on top, right?
Yeah.
I can live with this. And
I think it's slimming. For us, it's good.
Well, look, folks,
I think we need to add to the illusion.
If you feel like you're overweight on camera, let me give you a little tip. Get yourself OBS. Oh, wait a minute. And you got to change it to transform. Hang on. Edit transform. I think I do it this way. Do I do it no bounds or I do it stretch to bounds, I think. Hang on a second.
Yes. Okay. He's going to make himself like a
pencil. Doggone it. It's not working.
Doggone it. Yeah.
I was going to make myself skinny. Hang on a second.
Well, in the last year, I've lost, what have I lost now? 35 pounds.
Good for you.
And Randy's lost 35 pounds. And look at that. You see, and you can disappear. He's gone.
Well, I made myself smaller.
Yes.
But you can make yourself skinnier on OBS, folks. It can be done. But I'm not I'm not vain like that anymore.
Tell
I
me
mean,
what you
look,
like about before I go, tell me what you like about the platform.
well, the collaboration, the people.
No, I mean the new apps. I'm not talking
Oh, the
about the
new
old
apps.
apps. I'm talking about what you're seeing right now or do not know. It's
I
really
haven't been on
simple.
enough live to
It is
know, but
super simple, by the way.
I am not at all like freaked out like I thought it would be. This will work. I can make this work. I can
Mhm.
have a featured musician at the top of the screen. I can have a featured filmmaker at the top of the screen. I mean,
Yeah.
I like the fact that I can be split in half of half and not be relevant because as the host, my job is to facilitate the dialogue, get the conversation going, get interesting things happening.
Mhm.
I have a giant ego, so I do like it to focus on me, of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's really not my purpose. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
But it's
this is
content.
fine.
We're here to make, content. If you're not here to make content, just go on Facebook. Go on Facebook Live. Go on wherever. There's a lot of other platforms where they really don't care. Part of the problem with Periscope is it became a cesspool with trolls and
Oh my
everything else.
gosh.
It you couldn't even get on there. The quality wasn't great. This is mind-blowing quality. This is unbelievable. You're crystal clear.
Yeah. I
You're
mean,
not glitching. I like that it's only 4 people. 8 is insane. People get left out. I think once you get over 3, you're in the zone of where someone feels left out.
I also noticed that on this system,
Mhm.
when we talk over each other, I can hear you. On the old system, I couldn't. So that's a audio upgrade. When I'm talking over you, I
Mhm.
can actually still hear you because that happens a lot, right? People talk over each other and then I don't catch what
Well,
you're
it's
saying.
it's because you and I are like brothers from another mother. We're going to wrestle for that time. This is what we do.
Well, listen, Michael, it sounds like
Yeah.
you kind of want to wrap it up. And I just wanted to say
Yeah.
that I have appreciated your voice on here for the last 24 or 36 hours. I have appreciated Linny because I know Linny has been very encouraging to people and asking, people, look, if you got a question, I'm learning all kinds of stuff. I know Linny's been, very much wanting to give everybody, a chance to do this. And look, East Valley Paranormal, 2 or 3 other people. I broadcast, should be every night, but I haven't for a while, at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. If you want to go live 1 hour after my show and you don't have enough people, that's fine. I'll get you live. You know what I mean? We'll jump into your room, we'll work the magic, and then I'll keep me off screen for God's sakes. I'll go to sleep or I'll do some editing or whatever. But if anybody needs to be able to jump on and wants to do their thing, just hit me up. I'm happy to do that, and let's build a following for you. And you can help the next person. So
And that's what you need to do. But see, they want you to be able to think about what you're doing it before you do it. They don't want you to just come up and not have some form of a plan when you go up.
yes. Well, don't you
Eh,
think that's true that there were a lot of people that were really upset that nobody was watching their stuff? I remember being upset when people weren't watching my stuff because I'm like, when are we getting Discovery? When are we getting Discovery? Well, it's like RTMP or whatever that is. Never, because we're not there yet. You know what I mean? It's not in the business plan. But my gosh, this is a powerful group of people. The inner group of what, 50 people or whatever that make up the core of this platform, that core is still going to be here no matter who's sitting at the top of the feed and no matter what they're doing. And the other thing I want people to just kind of think about, because everybody's kind of freaked out about the musicians stuff and all that, these musicians are playing copyrighted music without any um, ramification. That will not last when
I
this
agree.
platform goes super
Yeah.
live. So
Oh, I
they are
agree.
not planning on making this platform a musician's platform unless they're doing originals.
Yes.
Trust
Thank you for
me.
the award. Thank you, Eric. Yeah. Thank you. So when you see hearts come up,
Mm-hmm.
we're getting an award. So if you get these bursts of hearts, that means
Oh,
you got
Eric
an
sent
award.
that to me. Oh,
Yeah.
Eric.
See, there's love there. And that's a great thing,
Thank you,
by the
brother.
way. You can send an award to anybody in the room. I love
Oh,
that.
that's cool. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Listen, when I get seconds, I feel upset. So you shouldn't even have sent it. I'm about to... No, but
well, you know what? I argued with the powers that be a little bit. I'm like, I don't
Walter,
know
you
if
coming up?
Hold on, let me find. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Why don't you
Have you figured out how to use this? By the way, I want to give you a little tip if you haven't used it. So there's a little man. It looks like a snowman. So you have to invite the people with the little man. And then you got to hit the little man again, and they're in the backstage. So let's say I really pissed you off the night before. Okay. Let's say that you and I got in this wicked argument and I called you everything, but you invited me up, and then you can leave me backstage. And you can leave me backstage as long as you want. And you could even get on and go, Michael, I really think I need to think about what you said and did. But, sir, there's been 72 guests. I think we might have time for you at the end of the show.
Put you in the timeout. How do I give Leslie an award? How do I give somebody in the room an award?
You can't do that. You have to be on, I think.
Oh, you have to be on. Okay.
I think. Right, gotcha. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a man.
I don't know. Yeah. Look.
Do you ever find that you feel like you're 30, but then your body reminds you how old you are?
Dude, I'm 15 until I see the mirror. I'm like, what the F?
Who's that seriously? Old dude? Who's that guy?
I wake up in the morning and I'm like, all right, I am so hot, so strong, so fast, freak.
So Leslie wants us to read the last comment. And then it says ER nurse, but it's got some strange code. Click heart, then scroll to the person you want to give it to.
Ooh, thank you.
Oh, but and I think that's the last comment. Did I do that right, Sweet Pea? I love Sweet Pea. Can you do me a favor? Name about 5 or 10 broadcasters on HAPS that you enjoy their content.
Oh my gosh, Deanna, Dr. Hooper, Badges. And you and
well done. You see how I played that? That was beautiful. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I put you third because I didn't want to, pump you up too much. And man, look, there isn't a broadcaster on here that I don't support. There are broadcasters on here that their shows or their whatever are not particularly interesting to me. But first and foremost, and like you said, I know. I want to tell this little story because people calling people names. So, my current wife, my second wife, her first husband, most definitely not her last husband. She's younger than me. Her family, when we got together, they are from the Caribbean, and they are, culturally can be a little different. But the rumor was that there's Howard Street here in Chicago. We lived on Howard at that time, and I was not well liked. And so the rumor was I was knocking up women up and down Howard Street. You know what I mean? Like I was some kind of like gigolo, just knocking up random Jamaican women across the city of Chicago. So, I mean, you can call me whatever you want. The rumors are, they might even be true, but you can't hurt me. You can't hurt me.
Thank you for the award. I think they were for both for me. I'm not sure. It's if it's for you, it'll say you.
Yeah,
I'm learning.
So.
Yeah. But show please this man some love in the future.
Oh, thank you. You know what? Show all of your creator friends some love. The currency that we have here. You know what I mean? Just spread it around.
That. I like that. That's beautiful. That could be a shirt. The currency we have here, just spread it around. That's gorgeous. That warms the cockles of my heart. It really does. It's beautiful. Sorry, Michael, you have me in the dark here. What does this mean? Still early.
It's not dark. Is it dark over there?
It's dark. No, I mean in the HAPS experience. I think he's being a smart ass. That's all right.
Is anybody... Wait a minute. I see. Eric sent me that love burst in my room where I am still currently broadcasting. Gotcha.
Yes. Very cool. It's neat. I love the fluidity of this platform. Someone called me a brown nose today. I said, an
Oh
occasional
my gosh,
turd.
my nose is filthy.
Yeah, well, if I rub it, the little turds come out. They just.
I've got rosacea, so it's abnormally red. I'm not a drinker. Boy, but I hate that. In the winter, especially if if I slip on the ice and they see my nose, they're like, "Oh, look at that drunk." But anyway, I love this platform. I love the people. Please just help each other out. Give these guys a little time. Look, David, Drew, and Mark, they got together to create something, and it had a very specific mission and a very specific focus. At some point, I don't know, but I think they're like, okay, let's open this up a little bit, see if we can keep the original idea around journalism and changing the face of journalism and communities going. Let's open it up a little bit. It didn't happen. It didn't work.
Right.
And so you've invested years into this thing, and you've got lots of data, and you're like, look, we have built a great platform. And in fact, the broadcast system that we had before, that's worth money. Somebody could buy that. A browser-based system that they had at the level of sophistication they had, flaws and all, is worth money. So I would imagine, hopefully, they're trying to shop that around.
You know what? They may have already sold it.
They may have.
They may have already sold it to build this. You don't know.
No, exactly. Right. And so
someone else could have bought the rights to the old one, and now they're building a new one. Good for them.
Right.
It's,
and
it's like taking a house and flipping it.
Right. When you're within your right to
you got another
not
award
be happy
here,
about
sir,
the platform. I just want to remind people
from Trip Morton. He sent you an award ×2.
Oh, thank you, Trip.
What?
And look, I know we're not following each other and things are weird or whatever, but please follow me. And if I'm not following you, let me know. But I just want people to kind of think about this for a minute. Think about the folks that actually have a salary and get paid at HAPS, not the founders, just the people that work there every day. We know them, a couple of them, 3 of them, we're close. So when you are lashing out against the founders or the changes, those guys, this is their job. And think of the rock and hard place they're in, because they love you. I know they've gone to bat for you. I know they've gone to bat for all of us on specific things. But you're not just, when you're going after the founders, you're going after those folks too, because they've put their heart and soul into this. So give them a couple of weeks at least, for goodness sake.
Buddy, that's so, you know what? That's a great place to end it. We're going to end it there because it can't get sweeter than that. Peter, Pablo, anybody that we're missing that are in the trenches, those 2 guys, I know it's been hellish. It's going to be hellish for the next couple of weeks. And if you live near them, buy them a dinner, buy them a coffee in real.
Yeah, right.
Right. Mark knows I love him. And I've said that from the beginning. And part of the reason I put so much effort into this format was I believed in him, not so much apps. Right. I met him and I thought, you know what? If I can be a smidgen of the piece that helps drive this forward, and all it takes is 100 collaborators that really are passionate about it, you can build something magnificent.
100%. Thank you, everybody. For the nice comments there. I appreciate that, and the hearts or whatever that they are. Let me say this: Mark Goldman is an interesting dude who has done amazing things and does not have to do this. David Newman. My God, do you know who David Newman is, folks, in terms of what he's done in media?
I do.
Do you know that he ran Disney Television? Do you know that he got Anderson Cooper to come from behind the from behind the camera and get in front of it? I can name 10 other things about him and BlackRock, his production company, and all these things. Those guys do not have to do this. They do not have to beat their heads against the wall to make this thing happen.
It's a passion project.
Yes, it started out as a passion project. And this is what I wanted to say.
Sure.
The format has changed. Things are different. Peter and Pablo and all those folks, guess what? They still have their jobs. I would think that David, Drew, and Mark on some level are trying to make these changes so they can keep the business going, so those guys can get paid, right? So that the people can make a nice living off of this, so we can get paid. I know there's the controversy about who can broadcast or not, but I guarantee you, I got my $200 every time I cashed out. I was never worried about getting it. I think I in the last year I've made something under $2,000 or something, on the platform.
Mhm.
And
You and I could sit on the corner and play guitar and make more money. We could.
Oh,
For the amount of hours
God,
we
I could
put in.
start
Yeah.
modeling.
And I'm in the same boat as you. Roughly the same. And
Yeah.
I've never honestly taken a dime out. I'm
Bitcoin.
wondering if, and he doesn't like I bring this up, but I would love that we get paid in crypto. So I'm
all for it. In fact, if you go to $Revolution M, you can pay me in crypto right now.
I love
Venmo
you.
too. Revolution
Listen,
_McInnes. Crypto all
we're
day
going to
long.
wrap it up. I'm going to give you another
Okay.
30 seconds. So tell me what and then we'll wave and say goodbye to the people.
Yeah, look, listen, love people. It's the answer. Love each other. Give these guys, especially the folks that actually work at HAPS, that are drawing a salary, that are paying their rent, that are feeding their dogs and their families and all of these kind of things. Give them a break. Let this thing kind of go where it's going to go. Be what we've always been, which is a tight group who works together to make this work. If you got a brother or a sister that can't broadcast, help them out, for God's sakes. Get them up here. That's what it's about.
Peace, love, soul, be kind to one another. And listen, if old farts can do it, you can too. Take care.
Agreed.